After you click to open Eclipse, you will see a prompt for the default workspace. Click the checkbox and then click OK. If we are using Eclipse for other programming languages, such as Java or Python, we might have to change the perspective. In the top right-hand corner, you'll see right now I have the C, C++ perspective checked. The main part of the window will be empty the first time we open the perspective. On the left, there will be a block containing the Project Explorer. This is where we'll see all of our projects and program files. Let's take a look at the menu bars in the top. The standard menu toolbar contains the File, Edit, Source, Refactor, Navigate, Search, Project, Run, Window, and Help. Right below that toolbar are some of the often used icons, such as the hammer for building, a new project icon, a new source file, the Save option, Save All, Print, Build All, Run, and more. Before we start, it might be helpful to create a code template that we can use for the duration of our course. This will be helpful when we go to create new programs. So let's go to Window, Preferences. On the left-hand side, you'll see C, C++, expand that. Go down to Code Style, expand that, and then go to Code Templates. Under Files, if you expand Files, you'll see C++ source file. Click on that, and then let's click New. We're going to give this a name. We're going to call it C++ with main. And the description of this is going to be a template that contains our C++ program. The pattern section is the part that will always show up when we create a new source file using this template. So let's start with the pattern by adding a comment, a multi-line comment that we'll talk about more. But it begins with /*. In the multi-line comment, I'm going to use the insert variable to allow me to add the file name. Below that, I'm going to insert the date. And below that, I'm going to insert the author. So all of these values will get inserted automatically. In C++, it's called the user. I'm going to end that comment. And right below that, I'm going to add some more template code. So we want to type in #, include, > IOSTREAM, the IO stream. This line of code is one we'll want on all our programs. Hit Enter and type in using namespace std. And we'll use the standard namespace in most of our programs. Below that, we're going to type in int main. This is the starting point for our programs. And all our code will be enclosed in an open curly bracket. And I'm going to put one more comment to make sure I remember that this is where I want to put in my new code. So I'm going to say place code here. I'm going to add one more thing. Since most of our programs will end with a value of 0, I'm going to go ahead and say return 0. This indicates the program ended correctly. I'm going to do a close curly bracket. This will save us a lot of typing as we go through these exercises. Let's click OK, and click OK again. Now that we created the template, let's go ahead and create a project and use the template to create a new C++ source file. So I'm going to go to File, New, C++ Project, and I'm going to call it Greetings. Under Project Type, I want to choose Empty Project, and under the tool chains, the tool chain is what we installed from the equation.com website. We want to choose min.gwgcc. And I'm going to click Finish. Now I have the project created, but I still need to create my source file. So again, let's right-click on Greetings and go to New, and let's go down to C++ source file. You'll notice that mine came up with the template of C++ with main automatically. If you don't see that, click on the down arrow and scroll down until you find your C++ with main. Let's call this one Greetings, and don't forget to add the .cpp, the .c++ extension, or your program will be saved as a notepad file instead of a program file. I'm going to click Finish, and you can see here's everything that we had added. If I click on the plus sign next to the 2, it'll expand this section. So I'm going to do that. And it says greetings.cpp is the name of our program. The date we created it was May 20th, and the username, in my case, Peggy Fisher. I can use the minus sign to minimize that so I don't have to look at that when I'm going through my entire code. You can also see that it automatically added our #include IOStream, our using namespace std, our int main, our open curly bracket, and our comment for where we're supposed to place our code. Okay, for this first program, we're going to go ahead and replace the comment that we have here. I'm going to take that out. I'm just going to delete that. I'm going to tab over, and I'm going to actually write something to the screen. The way that we do that is we use the command cout, 2 less than signs, which is actually called the insertion operator, double quotes, and in double quotes, I'm going to put my message. So I'd like to say hello and welcome to Up and Running with C++. Okay, and then at the very end, I'm going to do less than again, and ENDL semicolon. We'll talk about some of this syntax as we go through some of our other programs. Okay, at this point, that's all I needed to do. I can go ahead and build this to make sure that I don't have any compile errors. So I'm going to go up to my hammer. I'm going to click on the hammer to build the project. On the bottom, in the console window, you can see it says the build finished. It even tells me how long it took. And there's no errors or warnings, so I'm good. Now I'm going to go ahead and run this first program, this greetings program, by clicking on the green circle with the white arrow in the middle. It says Run. Okay, I got a message saying greetings.cpp has been modified. Do I want to save the changes? I'll say yes. And now the message in the console window's changed. It now says hello and welcome to Up and Running with C++. It looks like our program worked. Awesome. If you don't see the console window in the bottom, it might have been accidentally closed, but we can open it by going to Window, Show View, Console. This is helpful in case you accidentally closed the console window. Well, that was our first program. Good job!